Welcome to Tech Learning. Subscribe and hit the bell icon. Hi, I am Ankit Gupta. Today we will talk about cloud computing models and how they fulfill the industry needs. We will be looking into three models of cloud computing: software as a service, platform as a service, infrastructure as a service, and their use cases. In software as a service, software is hosted in cloud. We can host an operating system like Windows or Linux in cloud and publish our software over it. Software is accessible over the internet and charged for its uses. The SaaS apps are accessed using a thin client like web browser, remote terminal, desktop, or client like Citrix. Some of the business applications delivered as SaaS software are learning management systems, office productivity suites, collaboration software, accounting and finance software, CRM, ERP, content management systems, and messaging software, etc. Platform as a service includes pre-built components that a developer can use when developing a cloud application. The purpose of platform as a service is to allow the developer to focus on the development of business functions. Some examples of PaaS are forced from Salesforce, Google App Engine, etc. Platform as a service is of two types. First one is infrastructure service, which includes node configuration. It means creating new machine to reach larger and larger users as platform as a service provider. Load balancing is to distribute the load of users on different machines. Logging the activities on servers which are capable of processing them effectively. Storing data in databases for better quality and analytics. Scheduling some tasks which can be performed on routine basis. Monitoring all activities and servers with observability services. Storage and backup services. Second type of services are application services, which are for the development of applications. Things like authentication, how users tell who they are. This includes two-factor and multi-factor authentication, single sign-on, etc. One must not recreate the wheel and create whole authentication system, but use the services provided as platform as a service. In this case, authentication as a service. And authorization. Authorization is what task one can perform when authorized. Again, one doesn't need to recreate a whole authorization mechanism. Rule engine is designed to handle changes without changing the source code. Workflow means how data travels from different users with different authorization. There are many different workflows in different domains, like a shipment move from multiple hands before reaching to the customer, need a full workflow. Bulk email for advertising or marketing, another task. Importing, exporting data, tracking the activity. Customizations to some objects and reusing them, and create new objects. Processing data for analytics and other purpose. Customizing user interface. Display reports. Create reports, dashboard development, dashboard display, storyboard display, mobile application, and many more use cases. We may have different reasons for the services. Partner portal is not for customers, but for the people we work with. Like you may sell products to some distributors, which then can sell it to retailers. Another example is like some software firm hiring contract workers from some HR firm. Customer portals are portals which are used by customers to see how the services are being performed, and they can comment and review products and services, submit complaints, etc. Anonymous websites are where we don't log in and we are just viewing the data and we don't know the user. Platform as a service is focused on developers as this allows them to use the services in order to prevent themselves from reinventing everything which is not required. Infrastructure as a service include virtualization services that allow an operating system to run in a cloud. So all the software in cloud developed using platform as a service and delivered as software as a service, but we use to buy the hardware to run these services. So infrastructure as a service is designed to free the user from the purchase of hardware and allow the hardware upgrade easily. Some example of infrastructure as a service are Google Cloud, AWS EC2, Azure from Microsoft, DigitalOcean, Rackspace, etc. There are hundreds of infrastructure as a service providers. Essentially, you are getting the virtual machine, but you are required to manage the operating system. There are many advantages of using infrastructure as a service. First of all, it allows one to reduce the cost of IT services required to manage a data center. The cloud can easily scale up and scale down according to requirements, and hence unexpected load to server can be handled with ease. The cloud solution allows the server to be available 24/7 and hence it reduces the downtime. Moreover, when we need a server, we just have to go to the IaaS portal and request a new machine and turn it on. There is no need to go to the data center and manage the server room. This reduces the overhead of maintenance of servers and networking. Software as a service allows the software to reach the customer effectively. Platform as a service allows the developer to develop with agility, ease, and better reusability. Infrastructure as a service frees the user from overhead of maintaining the infrastructure required. Don't miss out. Subscribe now and stay up to date with latest videos.